Men are completely unaware that their morning water drinking habits could be quietly impacting their ability to achieve and maintain an erection. That's right. Something as basic as your morning routine might be constricting the very blood vessels that feed your manhood. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Because in just a moment, I, Dr. Harold Grant, am going to share a potent, time-honored beverage combining crushed mango seed and raw garlic that can help revive blood flow, enhance your erections, and support natural vigor after 60. I'm Dr. Harold Grant, and for over 3 decades, I've dedicated myself to helping men rediscover their strength, self-assurance, and intimacy without resorting to medications or empty promises. And I've come to realize a fundamental truth. The things your doctor doesn't tell you about your circulation could be what's holding you back. You see, many men are simply told it's due to age or declining testosterone. But the real problem is often compromised blood flow, frequently originating in the small, damaged vessels around the penis and prostate that are rarely discussed. This straightforward morning drink addresses precisely that. It's simple to prepare, supported by scientific evidence, and within just 7 to 21 days, it could reawaken your mornings and your sense of self-worth. And I'll also reveal a common mistake men make each night that unknowingly sabotages their progress. So please, stay with me. This is the natural revitalization your body has been yearning for. Before we delve into the complete method, if you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button and tap the bell icon. That way, you'll never miss another natural health tip tailored specifically for men over 60. And if this video connects with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can learn how to improve and better serve your needs. Now, before we get to the precise recipe, let's take a step back. Because before you can address the problem, you need to understand its true cause. And here's the truth, most men over 60 who struggle with weak or inconsistent erections don't necessarily have a testosterone issue. They have a blood flow problem, a circulation issue that often goes completely unnoticed until it manifests in the most sensitive area, the bedroom. Let's discuss why so many men over 60 experience blood flow issues without realizing it. When a man comes to my office and says, "Dr. Grant, I just don't feel like myself anymore," I listen carefully because beneath those words lies a deeper truth. He's not just referring to low energy or poor sleep. What he's really saying is, I'm not waking up with erections like I used to, and I don't know what to do about it. Now, here's what surprises most men, it's not always about testosterone. Of course, hormones are important, but in men over 60, the real culprit is often hidden and directly related to blood flow. You see, your erection relies on a very delicate network of blood vessels, many thinner than a strand of hair. These are the first to suffer when circulation begins to decline, typically due to years of inflammation, oxidative stress, and poor dietary choices. And because these vessels lack nerves, you don't feel them clogging up. There's no warning sign until one day, your body simply doesn't respond as it once did. In fact, your penis can be one of the earliest indicators of vascular health. Well before chest pain, high blood pressure, or memory problems, men often experience a loss of firmness, duration, or sensitivity down below. Sadly, they blame themselves or, worse, remain silent out of embarrassment. But here's the good news, once you understand the underlying cause, poor microcirculation, you can finally take action. And as unusual as it may seem, that's where mango seed and garlic enter the picture. Because these two natural ingredients target circulation in a way that most men, and even many doctors, completely miss. Let me show you how. Let's discuss why mango seed and garlic are a forgotten combination. Now, I know what you might be thinking, mango seed and garlic? That sounds more like an old wives' tale than a serious approach to circulation and sexual health. But I'm here to tell you, after decades in men's health, sometimes the solutions we overlook are the most effective. Let's begin with mango seed. Inside every ripe mango is a hard, dense core. Most people throw it away, but that seed is packed with powerful polyphenol and natural compounds that help combat inflammation, protect blood vessels, and promote metabolic balance. In traditional medicine, mango seed was used to soothe the gut and regulate the body's internal systems. But now we're beginning to understand its role in vascular health, particularly in relation to tiny capillaries. And then there's garlic. Not just a kitchen staple, but a proven nitric oxide enhancer. Nitric oxide is essential for your blood vessels to relax, open up, and allow oxygen-rich blood to flow precisely where it's needed. That includes your brain, your heart, and yes, your penis. Garlic has been studied for decades. It lowers blood pressure, combats arterial stiffness, and helps reverse some of the damage aging causes to the inner lining of your blood vessels. So, when I recommend mango seed and garlic together, it's not arbitrary. It's targeted. These two work in tandem. Mango for the vessel walls, garlic for the blood moving through them. But here's the catch, most men drink water the wrong way. And even with the right ingredients, they miss the results. Let me explain what nearly every man does wrong and how to avoid it. Let's discuss the wrong way most men drink water. Over the years, I've had men tell me, Dr. Grant, I drink plenty of water, but I still feel sluggish, foggy, and frankly disconnected in the bedroom. And each time, I ask them one simple question: how are you drinking it? You see, drinking water isn't just about quantity. It's about timing, temperature, and what your body needs at that particular moment. Most men drink reactively when they're thirsty, while they're eating, or when they remember they should. But that's not when your body is most receptive to absorbing nutrients or activating circulation. Here's what I've discovered: first thing in the morning, before coffee, before food, your blood vessels are rested, your stomach is empty, and your cells are primed for absorption. That's the ideal window. That's when a targeted drink can truly do its job: open up those microvessels, reduce inflammation, and set the tone for your entire day. And temperature matters, too. Ice-cold water can shock your system and slow digestion. But warm water, especially when combined with specific ingredients, acts more like a gentle delivery system, helping everything move smoothly through your bloodstream. It may sound simple, but this mistake can negate the benefits of even the best natural remedies. That's why it's not enough to simply add mango seed and garlic. You have to prepare it correctly, drink it at the right time, and allow your body to receive it as nature intended. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you next, the exact step-by-step method I give to my own patients. Let's discuss how to prepare the drink the right way. I want to guide you through the exact method I've given to my own patients, men just like you who are tired of feeling helpless, tired of being told it's just their age, and ready to reclaim their health naturally. The good news is that this drink is simple. No fancy equipment, no supplements, just real ingredients from nature used in the right way. Start with a mango seed, not the fruit itself, but the seed inside. It's hard and fibrous, so you'll want to shave it down or lightly crush it. If you have a blender or coffee grinder, that works well. You'll need about a teaspoon. Then take one fresh garlic clove, peel it, crush it, and most importantly, let it sit for about 10 minutes. That's when a compound called allicin is activated, and that's where most of the benefit comes from. Now, warm up a cup of water, not boiling, just warm enough to sip comfortably. Add the crushed mango seed and garlic to the water, stir gently, and let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes. Then, drink it slowly on an empty stomach, first thing in the morning. It's that simple. But simplicity doesn't mean it's ineffective. In fact, when taken consistently, this drink can quietly begin improving circulation where it matters most, around your prostate, your pelvis, and your erection. Now, here's where things get interesting. What should you expect once you start drinking it daily? Because some men feel a difference in just days, others in a few weeks. But when it works, you'll know. Let's discuss the changes you may notice next. Let's discuss what to expect, real changes you may feel. One of the most common questions I get is, Dr. Grant, how soon will I feel a difference? And the honest answer is, it depends on your body. But I can tell you this: if you're consistent, most men start noticing changes within the first 7 to 14 days. Sometimes it's subtle. Maybe you wake up one morning with a firmer, fuller erection you haven't felt in weeks or even months. Maybe you realize you didn't get up to pee 3 times last night like usual. Maybe your energy is just steadier, clearer. You feel a little more like yourself again. And then for some men, the changes come on stronger by the 3rd or 4th week. They report feeling more confident with their partner, more responsive, more in control. That's not just in your head. When circulation improves, especially to those smaller vessels around your pelvis and prostate, everything starts working better, not just below the belt, but throughout your body. Now, I'm not promising miracles. This isn't a quick fix or a magic bullet, but it is a natural way to support blood flow, reduce inflammation, and give your body what it needs to heal without the side effects or the shame that often comes with prescriptions. And just in case you're wondering if this is all just theory, let me tell you about a real man, one of my longtime patients who started this exact drink after almost giving up hope. His story may sound a lot like yours, and what happened next surprised even me. Let's discuss a real patient example, an emotional anchor. I want to tell you about George, a patient I'll never forget. He came to see me a few years ago. 68 years old, retired truck driver, salt of the earth kind of man. The first thing he said when he sat down was, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore." He wasn't angry. He wasn't even looking for medication. He was just tired of feeling invisible in his own life. George told me it had been over a year since he'd had a real, strong erection. He said he still loved his wife deeply but avoided intimacy because he was afraid of disappointing her. "I feel broken," he said quietly, "and I hate that this is how I'm ending my story." I told him the truth. He wasn't broken. His body wasn't failing him. It was just missing the support it needed to function naturally again. So, we didn't start with pills. We started with circulation. I gave him the exact same mango seed and garlic water you've just learned about. He drank it every morning. He made a few small changes to his meals, added a 15-minute daily walk. That was it. By week 3, he came back with tears in his eyes. "Doc, it's coming back," he said. "I woke up with it strong, natural." My wife smiled at me like she used to. Stories like George's remind me why this matters. Because this isn't just about erections. It's about reclaiming your life, your confidence, your connection. And that brings me to something every man needs to hear, especially if you've started to believe you don't deserve that kind of change. Let's discuss motivation, why you deserve this. I've spoken with hundreds of men over the years who've quietly accepted the idea that their best days are behind them. Maybe you've felt that way, too, that aging means shrinking away from who you used to be, less energy, less intimacy, less confidence. Society doesn't talk much about a man's emotional pain when his body starts letting him down. But I see it, I hear it, and I want you to know something important: you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not done. You deserve to feel alive in your body again. You deserve to wake up with energy, purpose, and yes, a strong, natural arousal that reminds you you're still very much a man. This isn't vanity. It's vitality, intimacy, connection, confidence. They don't retire when you hit 60. They just need better support. What I shared with you today isn't a gimmick. It's not a sales pitch. It's real biology. Your body is designed to heal when it's given the right tools. And this drink, as simple as it may seem, is one of those tools. It's not about becoming 25 again. It's about feeling grounded, capable, and connected at the stage of life you're in now. So, if a small daily habit can give you back part of yourself, why not give it a shot? And to make it easy for you, I'll recap the full recipe one more time. But there's one final thing you need to know, a common mistake men make at night that can silently undo all their progress. Let me show you what it is. Let's recap the recipe, plus the next step. So, let's bring it all together one more time. The recipe is simple, but don't let that fool you. Simplicity, when rooted in the right science, can be powerful. You'll need 1 mango seed, shaved or crushed, about a teaspoon. 1 clove of fresh garlic, crushed and left to sit for 10 minutes. And a cup of warm water, not too hot, just warm enough to sip comfortably. Mix the garlic and mango seed into the water, stir gently, let it settle for a few minutes, and then drink it slowly, first thing in the morning, before food, before coffee. That timing matters because in that quiet moment of the day, your body is most open to receiving what it needs. And this drink delivers support right where it's needed most: your blood vessels, your circulation, and your natural male function. It's a small act of care that signals something powerful to your body and your mind. You're not giving up. You're not accepting decline as your story. You're choosing to show up for yourself every morning, one sip at a time. Now, if you've made it this far, you're the kind of man who values his health, who's willing to do something different, and who understands that lasting change begins with small daily steps. But before we close, there's one more piece of the puzzle, something most men unknowingly do at night that blocks their blood flow and robs them of the very progress they're working so hard to make. You've come this far. Stay with me because this last insight could be the key to unlocking even greater results. Let's conclude. You're not broken. You're rebuilding. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's that your body isn't broken. You're not falling apart. You're simply in a phase of life that requires a different kind of care. And now you have one powerful natural tool to begin that journey. We've talked about why most men over 60 struggle with blood flow and how circulation, not just testosterone, holds the key to stronger, more natural erections. We've explored why mango seed and garlic are far more than kitchen scraps. They're quiet healers. You've learned how timing, preparation, and consistency can turn an overlooked drink into something truly restorative. You've heard the story of George, and maybe in some ways, you saw a part of yourself in him. And most importantly, you've been reminded that strength, intimacy, and vitality are not things you leave behind with age. They're things you can rebuild, one choice at a time. So, here's my encouragement to you: try it. Commit to it. Give your body the chance to respond, and give yourself permission to feel good again. You've made it this far, and that tells me something about the kind of man you are. Keep going because the next chapter of your life deserves to be strong, connected, and fully yours. If this message resonated with you, if you felt seen, understood, or inspired in any way, please take a moment to like this video. It helps more good men like you find this information. Share it with a friend, a brother, or someone who needs hope, and leave a comment below, even a simple one, to let me know you're here, you're listening, and you're taking charge of your health. And if you believe in this kind of content, real, honest, natural health guidance for men over 60, consider supporting the channel. Even a small donation helps us reach more men and keep this mission alive. You're not just helping yourself, you're helping others rise with you.